Hello everyone, welcome back to my crafting world. This is Anna. Guys, last weekend I just felt like crafting, and I had something on my crafty bucket list that I hadn't checked off yet, and this is part of it. So I made a mini album. I knew I wanted to make a mini album when I got the Sir and Lady Vagabond paper pads. I made the one for I didn't make a mini album for the Lady Vagabond, but I don't know if you've seen the video where I made the suitcases. So with Sir Vagabond, I only had one paper pad and the chipboard pieces. So I thought I would make the Sir Vagabond with a little bit of Lady included in there. So this was my my mini album. So it's a 6x6, the outside is 6x6 with a 2-inch spine. And most of it, like I said, is Sir Vagabond with I think I had like 2 sheets of the Lady Vagabond. So I used those. And then I still had her, so I cut her out and put her on the front cover with Sir. And I use a couple of chipboard pieces, and the paper is, I don't remember which of the two, I think it comes from Sir Vagabond. And I did use some of the rose gold paper at the bottom for the first mat. I used another paper that I had in my stash, and you'll see a few of these. And then the printed paper on the top. And like I said, I fussy cut them out, and they are up on foam to make them more dimensional. So this is the front, this is the side, and again I use all 3 papers and then a couple of chipboard pieces. And then the back, this one definitely comes from the Lady Vagabond paper. So I open it up, and this is the first page, and I was going to do the traditional hidden hinge, but then I decided to go ahead and use the stack the deck method for the hinges, and that is what I've used. And I kept it pretty flat, and you'll see why in a little bit once I show you the rest of the things that I made. And this is a chipboard piece, and again this is from the Sir Vagabond. And then I wanted there to be plenty of spaces for pictures, so I used quite a few mats. And here is a little tuck spot. It's glued on the side and on the bottom so that the mats don't fall. So here is that image, and then some picture mats, and those just tuck right in there. And then this one again is a tuck spot. This is an ephemera piece that I had in my stash, and I cut this out. I backed it on black paper, and then I used a couple of the chipboard pieces, and this is from the cut aparts. And you can actually put a photo there, use this, and you can actually use the front if you wanted to cover that up. And then that just tucks right in there. And it is a tight fit as far as the height of the page. And then flipping it over, and this is so pretty. We have Sir Vagabond. Again, I cut him out, backed him up on black cardstock, used a couple of chipboard pieces, and made a couple of mats. Tuck right in there. And I just like the way he turned out. I like that, trimming them and making them part of the pocket. I really like that. And I did see that somewhere, I just don't remember where. So there's a couple of picture mats there, and another chipboard piece on the top, and that shows the entire image of the hot air balloon. And then I flipped the page, just put a simple belly band on there with a couple of, I believe these are 4x4s, picture mats. And then this page I left blank, just put the chipboard piece up here, and this one says dream big. And then this is the center, and again I cut him out, and I had already made the pocket, so I put him on top of the pocket to make him part of the pocket. And some chipboard pieces, and again some picture mats. And then Lady Vagabond, she's so pretty, and this is glued all the way down. I just don't know if I could actually cover her up. If I were using the album, I'd probably just put a picture right here, a smaller one, oval maybe. And then turning the page, this is again from Lady Vagabond. I did, and so is this background. And I cut the bookcases out, put them on the pocket itself, and then just made some picture mats from the scraps. These are just scraps for the pocket. And then this one is not a pocket, it is a tuck spot, so it's open all the way to the end. So I just thought the little village went really, really well there. These are chipboard pieces. You can tuck a picture in there. You can put one right here on the page itself, and then this one and this one. So see, I had to create more spaces for pictures than just the pages themselves. And then this is the old world map page, very pretty. And this one again is a tuck spot, and these are from, you know, the cut aparts, so we can put pictures on there, on those. And again, this one's a tight fit as far as the width of the page, but they fit, you know, they fit good. And then this image, I didn't want to do anything to this image just because I mean this page, just because I like this image. Personally, I would put a photo right here and maybe right here, but that would be it. I wouldn't cover the entire image. Absolutely unique, and that was exactly my thought when I saw this image in the paper pad. And then on the last one, we have another tuck spot. This one tucks on the top, another cut apart, and that goes in right there. And this is the last page. I have another compass right here, and that's it. So that is the mini album that I have made with Sir Vagabond. And then I still had, you know, a couple of pages left over. Actually, this was, yeah, I had a couple of pages left over. So I thought, well, what else I wanted to use the entire pad. So I created a journal. Okay, and this is a chipboard piece. This is from the Lady Vagabond, and it's the book image. I just had to cut it down a little bit because it was a little too large for its resting place. So I just put this was in my stash for the longest time, and I just didn't know what I would ever do with it, but I'm glad I kept it. And this one says leave the trail. And then this is the side, and then the back. And then I had some chipboard pieces left over, so I made a dangle. I didn't want this too heavy. I was going to use metal components, but since I had the chipboard pieces left over, I thought I would make a dangle with the chipboard pieces, and it worked out really well because you'll see why I don't want to put too much weight in here. But there are the chipboard pieces that I had left over. I thought it turned out pretty cute. I like it. And then the closure, this is some elastic, some gold elastic, and you just hook it and unhook it to close and then to open. And I did laminate this sheet. I did ink the edges, you know, to make it a little more, you know, worn looking. And then these little white spots here are where the paper have separated from the laminating sheet, but I think it just adds character to it. So I don't mind it really that much. And at first it kind of bothered me, but you know what? It's really, and that's the only place I have any kind of separation is where the folds are at. And then this chipboard piece, travel journal. So I open up the journal, and this is the first, this is the back of the front cover. And as you can see, this just screws in to put your little knob in there. And then this is my first signature in the book, and it just has blank paper. And I used as many chipboard pieces as I could because I didn't want them left over. And then so all the pages are blank. And then this is the back page of the first signature. And then this right here is my second signature. And I used the rest of the book page to make this pocket. So these just go, I think there's more in there, but they kind of fell in because my nephew was looking at it. And this is just to show you that it does have, that is a pocket. Okay, that's why I put it in here, just to, you know, show that it is a pocket. Kind of stuck them there. And then this one, travel journal. And then a chipboard piece. And again, it just has white paper. In the center of the second signature, I have a little file folder. And I use one of the chipboard pieces there. And this is the file folder with the pockets here. And Sir Vagabond peeking through. And a couple of chipboard pieces. And these pieces right here are from the paper collection. I just cut them out. Since I made the pockets, of course, the front was going to be upside down. So I wanted to cover as much as I could, just so it wasn't, you know, people wouldn't focus on the fact that it was upside down. So that's why I covered these. And then this is the back of the folder. Where's my folder? Here we go. This is my folder. And then these are the rest of the pages. And this is the back of that second signature. And I use some of the cut aparts. And this is a chipboard piece that comes in the package. And then just to cover the eyelet that I used, I just glued a little piece of chipboard on there. And that's it. This was my second project. And yes, it took me the entire weekend, but it got done. And I thought that was a cute addition to the mini album. So what I did get to check off my bucket list was the housing for these two items. So what I made was a see-through box. And this is my see-through box. Like I said, it's been on my bucket list for quite a while now. And I just thought it would be perfect for the Sir Vagabond because I really like that collection. So on the front, I use a couple of chipboard pieces. And this one says, "Let your dreams be your wings." Here are the wings. And then Sir Vagabond, travel tours since 1870. I like the shape. I like the, you know, the graphics that are on there. So this is one of my favorite pieces. And then I put a handle here, so it does open all the way. And again, I didn't put hinges on here because I didn't have any hinges long enough or big enough. But what I did was I put Tyvek between the hinge that you can't see because it's covered by this paper right here. I put Tyvek between the cardstock and the actual opening right here. So this right here is Tyvek. I just took a Sharpie and I colored it black, and you just can't see it. So the inside, again, this is from the Lady Vagabond, and I glued it to the center. I did put a black mat under it, and everything else is Sir Vagabond. And I used the printed paper on there. And this is another, right here, another chipboard piece. And I really like the way that turned out. I really do. So closing the lid, on the front, this is from the Lady Vagabond. That was from the cut aparts. It's up on foam, and it's just glued onto the paper mat. I have these metal corners, and I've had them for the longest time, and I thought it looked good on there, so I like it. And then here is Sir Vagabond himself just peeking through with a chipboard piece that says adventure over here. Just love how that looks. Oh my gosh, I wish y'all could see the full effect. And then the side, I put nothing on this side. And on the back, this is the back of the chipboard piece that's on the inside. And when I was trying it on, it was all white, and I'm like, gosh, that sticks out like a sore thumb. So I just put a piece of the paper on the back, and I colored the edge in black. So I you know, that looks, to me, that looks pretty good. And I didn't do that to Sir Vagabond because I didn't think about it beforehand. Otherwise, I would have done the same to him. And here's the other side. It's got nothing. And then the bottom. And I believe this one is from Lady Vagabond. And then, of course, the feet. So on the back of the chipboard piece that's on the front, I did the same. I cut out as exact as I could from the paper, and then I inked the edge of the chipboard piece itself because I knew some of it would, you know, show through. So I colored the edge of the chipboard piece black and then glued the paper on the inside of the acetate. Because, you know, I don't care what kind of adhesive we use, you can see it through the acetate and it never looks pretty. So I knew I was going to want to cover that up. So I went ahead and cut this before I glued down the chipboard piece, and so it wouldn't look so bad on that side. So there we go, guys. And then our mini album and journal go in there perfectly. That's why I didn't want either one too thick. Once the mini album is filled with photos, this will come up a little bit, you know, with the thickness of the photos, and this will sit on top of it. And again, it's not real thick, so, you know, they'll be fine. And that was the trio I worked on over the weekend. Love, I can't tell you how much I truly love making this. It was so much fun. I just loved it. So anyway, I thought I would share with you my weekend project. I didn't bring you along for the making of the box or any of it, but I am probably going to make another one. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I truly hope you enjoyed this, because I sure did. You can get all the supplies you need from ASC Craft Supplies, and I'll leave the link in the description box, and be sure to use my coupon code to get a discount on all non-sale items. All right, guys, thanks a lot, and we will talk to everyone later. You guys have a great day. Thanks a lot, guys.